Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're at the beautiful East Somerset Railway for a fantastic day of Heritage Railway action. There's plenty to see, but the real star of the show today is visiting Great Western Pannier Tank Locomotive number 7754, which is hauling trains along the scenic line through the Somerset countryside. We'll be watching the locomotive in action, exploring the station, and enjoying everything this brilliant heritage railway has to offer. So grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy the steam. Good morning everybody, welcome back to the East Somerset Railway. It's another lovely day for a little exploration. Today we've got the visiting locomotive, the Pannier tank from the Llangollen Railway, putting the steam services. So today's the last chance to see the engine in action down here, so I thought, why not come and have a look, have a ride around. We're actually down at Mendip Vale here, just got the first train down, so got plenty of time to have a look around both here and at Cranmore. Here's the engine on about 7754, the Pannier tank, looking resplendent in its British Railways green. There's 7754 moving off to go back round, then we can exit the front of the train to go back to Cranmore. Right, this is arriving back into Cranmore at the end of the first run up and down the line. 7754 is there. And soon it'll be disconnected to run down the line a little bit, then go through platform 2 to reconnect up at the front end for the 12:30 service. It's a very nice looking little engine, Pannier tank, on a permanent line to Llangollen Railway up in Wales. One day we'll have to go investigate that one. Right, this is down at the bottom of platform 2 here at Cranmore. Got 7754 down by the former signal box and some crossed off semaphore signals. You follow the line straight up from there, eventually you will join the main line somewhere near Westbury, I believe it is. So yes, the East Somerset Railway does have an actual mainline connection. And that's all the carriages and everything that we were on earlier, and we'll be back on later on. At some point, Cranmore Station will be getting a footbridge. the one that was originally down at St. Earth in Cornwall is coming up here. So they've had a new footbridge put in down that. So that'll be good to see when it happens. Weather like this is always a fantastic day to come out, have a trip on a heritage railway. Steam, sun, what else can you ask for, really? And we're just lucky in Somerset to have two darn good heritage railways, with both the West Somerset Railway, which at the time of recording celebrates 50 years since its reopening next weekend, and the East Somerset Railway, where we are today. And there's always plenty to see and do here as well. You've got a little museum here on platform 2. Here we go, 77.54 this time past. Some music going back in on platform 2. I just arrived back into Cranmore, so time to show you around a little bit. So you've got there, there's like old style facilities. Got the signal box over there. Yeah, trains was coming on here. Then just come in here. You've got a little museum bit. Including a sleeping moggy, a little birdie. All fascinating stuff in here, really.
Everything, every shop you went to, you had those stairs.
Yeah, the little museum that they've got here is, yeah, quite interesting. Plenty of old relics and whatnot to look at. Come down and have a little chance, have a little wander around. It is worth having a little explore, actually. Plenty to see and do. You also wander down to the engine shed.
Alright, good.
We just sit out of Cranmore station up onto the road bridge. It gives a good view of Cranmore station and everything. Currently 77.50 is taking on some water. Then it will reverse through platform 2, then rejoin the train ready for the 2 o'clock departure from platform 1. You can tell these rails haven't been used for a while, they're rather rusty. If you just cross over, you can see the line goes there as well. Carries on around. Eventually, yeah, we'll rejoin somewhere near Westbury. Yeah, from up here is a good little view of the whole station, everything. And the views aren't too bad either, really. A bit of greenery. Yes, come visit the East Somerset Railway. Yep, 77.50 was moved forward slightly. And is about to now reverse back through platform 2, I would suggest. Points have been set. Nice little toot. There we go. Right down here at the engine shed at Cranmore, we've got Lady Nan 1719, which is a little Andrew Barclay Sons & Co. Caledonia Works engine. This is a very cute, quaint little steamer. Then just behind it, you've got 4110, which I think is a large prairie tank, which we have seen working here at the East Somerset Railway before. Then behind that we've got 4555, which I think is the small prairie tank. That's all the steamers lined up outside the engine shed. Inside the engine shed itself, they've got a carriage being worked on here, and the GWR railcar number 22, which was working the steam gala recently, despite it being a diesel, and it looks mint. It is a really nice piece of kit, normally based up at the Didcot Railway Centre. Somewhere you have to go one day with a camera. Yeah, that looks stunning. Then you come outside, so you've got the boiler bit of an engine there, and then the front end of it, or the back end of it, whichever bit it is probably where they're working on the one they're doing. Yeah, it's nice that you can just have a wander around the engine shed and everything if you come here to the East Somerset Railway. There's still a couple of more bits to have a look at as well. Just wander through. Then you've got the SO tanker, which is labelled up somewhere. And at the end of all that, you've got one little shunter thing. One of these sentinel things. Here's the information packed by the SO tank wagon. There we go. And then right down the bottom of all these bits, little sidings here, we've got a class 08 diesel shunter. Now right here, parked right down at the end, is class 08 diesel shunter 08704. Some events you can either get to pay to drive this lovely little diesel shunter. And it's connected to the fruit passenger van. There is the brake van, which they will sometimes use for at events to give people a chance to ride it in the brake van. And then down the bottom here we have got Lima 231, which is the resident DMU here at the East Somerset Railway. That is what they will use sometimes for a bog standard diesel running day. Still looks nice in its British Rail colours. To think that, yeah, potentially before the days of Pacers and the early sprinters, the early 150s, these things would have been running the rails, taking you all over the place. There we go, that's another little view of it. Just been reading about this W.H. Smith and Son thing. Originally, this little hut was based at Salisbury Station before being transferred here a number of years ago. The whole little information bit about it. It was immediately after Salisbury in 1976. I moved here, which is quite interesting. That's what it looks like on the inside. So you've got one train left to go today, which will be the 15:30 service down line to Mendip Bay and back. And after that, 77:54 will be ready to be taken back home to North Wales tomorrow morning. So one final look while it's stationary here. Steaming well down there. Yep. There we go. 77:54 GWR Pannier tank. Permit on Lancashire Llangollen Railway in North Wales. It's G from the other side as well, while it's slightly quieter. Definitely a reminder of the good old days of when steam ruled the railways. Yeah, we're back at Mendip for the last time. Just seen 7754 leave the train, move round to the front to take us back up to Cranmore to finish the day. So over 2 days to have seen both the guest locomotives from last weekend's steam gala working. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Hopefully the footage will be good. Of course, one thing I will say is hello to all my new subscribers who've subscribed recently. Your support is very much appreciated. Right, we'll shortly see the locomotive reconnect. Right, so that's the end of the day here at the East Somerset Railway behind 7754, just there. So that's getting ready to be disconnected and then it'll run back to wherever it's got to go to, and it returns to North Wales tomorrow morning. So thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed seeing the East Somerset Railway with by steam instead of by diesel. So if you have them, please do all your normal good stuff, like, subscribe, share and all that. All the support is really much appreciated. I'm slowly now getting towards the 500 subscriber target. If I can get it, it'll be amazing. Yeah, until next time, I'll talk to everybody very, very soon. So from Cranmore Station at East Somerset Railway, puff puff for now. And 54 disappears off into the distance.